Hey, Tennessee, as we record this midweek, it's my fear. I don't think we're going to get this game off against Tennessee. The whole COVID thing has impacted that team more than any in the NFL. Are you strictly on a matter of a momentum thing?
Yeah,
Are you worried about this, like getting in the way of what the Bills have accomplished so far?
I am. I am kind of worried about it. They've been clicking on all cylinders. They looked great against the Raiders last week. I would have liked to see this matchup with Tennessee, a formidable opponent, but they've got a COVID situation. So hopefully this game, as you just said, is recording, is still going to be played. If not, they've got some tough matchups after this. I mean, they've got Kansas City coming up. They've got New England coming up. You don't want to go in there, not prepared and not get a bye week out of nowhere just because of COVID. But this is what the NFL is going to have to do. We talked about this last week. The fact that the NFL is going to have to readjust schedules. They can do it early on in the season, but later on it's going to catch up to you. I have a very scary theory that if this doesn't get corrected, if teams cannot get right, we could get to week 16, 17 of the season and have some games just canceled because you don't want to risk a playoff-bound team going up against a team that's not a playoff-bound team and running into a COVID situation. And plus, you need those 2 weeks, Bill, to rebound from it. So this is going to be tough. Hopefully the Bills will be able to play. I'd like to see them take on the Tennessee Titans, continue to groove that they have. They've been 4-0 before, but this is a special team with the way Josh Allen has been playing.
Yeah, Mike, you were telling me that they've helped make you more of a football fan than you ordinarily do. In terms of having a routine broken and structure involved, this seems to me it's harder for football to deal with this than any of these other sports.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, I love the Bills team this year. I've gotten to know several of them and through various events too. I mean, getting into a routine with no fans, or some stadiums have fans, and it's just been a unique year all around. Football for sure, but I love their chances. I think Derrick Henry's going to be the guy to stop on Tennessee if they play him, but Devin Singletary's due to really break out. He's had some decent games, but I think he's due to really break out in a big way. Stephon Diggs has been kind of a monster for Josh Allen to throw at. So I think they keep that rolling, and they got Jordan Poyer tackling everybody on the defense.
Tariq, they were talking about the quarter poll about this football season, and all week is like, MVP of the first quarter of the season. Josh Allen's one of 4 guys, and only 4 guys that are constantly mentioned, being Wilson, Mahomes, Rodgers, and Allen as the 4 best players of the first quarter. That's just awesome.
It is. It is. And even Brett Favre said something that I think was kind of, it was a little bit far-fetched because Allen hasn't really done it in the playoffs. He said he could be the next Tom Brady. So, I mean, if he is for the next 10 years, yes, that would be great for Buffalo. But still, he's got to be able to do it not only in the regular season, but in the playoffs. And Tom Brady, of course, got so many rings. So that's a pretty high standard to set. I have to be very impressed with the Bills' defense last week. I think they did very well. Josh Norman came in, did a great job, was able to participate, get active. They stripped the football a lot. They fly all over the place. Their defense really deserves a lot of credit for what they've been able to do this season. And Allen is an MVP candidate. I mean, literally, I think he has only 1 interception on the year. He's played well. I mean, he's made a couple silly mistakes, but they haven't hurt the team. And if he will go with the offense goes, this is how key Stephon Diggs is. Stephon Diggs is so big for that offense. They have never had a number 1 like this. Josh Allen's never had a receiver like this. You put in Beasley, you put in Brown, you put in all these other weapons that they have. They are a dangerous offensive team.
If the Chiefs, Tariq, are the next team that the Bills would play after this Tennessee thing gets sorted out, what's your confidence level that Buffalo can compete with Kansas City?
In a shootout, it's going to be close. If they can keep the offense the way they've been doing it. Listen, They scored just about on every drive that they had against the Raiders into the second half. I mean, they've been able to keep the offense going when they needed to, even when the defense had that third down lull they've had for the last 3 weeks or so. They're still able to put up points behind. They're able to put up points ahead. I'd like to see Mahomes versus Allen. This could be the matchup people have been talking about. They've been saying Jackson versus Mahomes. Maybe it's Mahomes versus Allen for the next 5 to 6 years.
That would be something. Mike, what do you think?
I would agree with that totally. I think, a great team not only has great people, they play with confidence, and they catch 2 breaks along the way, and they do something to pull it out in the end. That's been the Bills so far. They caught a break with a pass interference call, but they played well. They hung tight. They were confident enough, and they pulled it out in the end.